As you can see, we're at home. Well, I'm at home. The hunger strike ended last night at 9 o'clock. We had a meeting with the Taoiseach. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't at the meeting because I was in Cork Hospital sorting out a medical issue. But I got a call from the Taoiseach last night, about 6:30, to tell me that he wanted to end the hunger strike and he wanted to end it tonight. So I apologise that I couldn't be there, but I had every faith in Mary Dunleavy-Green, Mary Donovan and Miriam Marty-Owens to carry the meeting. And as you can see, there was a great outcome to the meeting. Mary Dunleavy-Green and Mary Donovan and Miriam, they were happy, and I trust their instincts. And as Mary said, Mary DG, is that we are not leaving until we have it in writing. So I would like to thank the three of them for holding down the fort above there while I was in Cork Hospital. Now, lads, 51 days in, this should have never happened. Ever happened. It is an absolute, utter disgrace that they left us out there for that length of time. Now, I will just go back a little bit now, lads, and just explain how everything happened. Over 26 years, we've been fighting for our rights, with the apology of Bertie Ahern. But, of course, they reneged on their promises. Now, we were going to go on strike in 2019, but we had the consultation talks. We put in 29 recommendations and got none. Right? So, we had no choice. Norma Foley was the person that was in charge of that, and she left us hanging, basically. So, on the 1st of July, we told Helen McEntee that we were going on hunger strike. She sent 2 officials to Limerick 3 weeks after that meeting. They were telling us what they were going to give us, and we told them basically, no, you're going to do what we want you to do. This is what you promised us. So, radio silence until the 21st of September, when Mary Donovan lugged 2 big huge suitcases up to Dublin, to Kildare Street, where she was met by Mary Dunleavy-Green, and myself and Miriam, we followed afterwards. The Simon community put up the tent, which absolutely fantastic of them. So our journey began on the 21st of September. 8 days into the hunger strike, we had a meeting with Helen McEntee, and she was absolutely sure that she was giving nothing, and that was from the higher-ups. So we walked out of that meeting. A couple of weeks later, we had a meeting with Micheál Martin, and it was during Storm Amy, and he turned around and said to us, he'll give us a bid on humanitarian grounds. We said no. Then we met Bertie Ahern. We thought he was going to be a negotiator, but he was never seen again. So that brings us 30 days after the hunger strike. We met Micheál Martin again with Helen McEntee, and she was a quiet woman, and I'm telling you that at that meeting. The Taoiseach offered us some stuff, but never put it in writing. It was agreed verbally. Now, the shocking part of this, lads, is that a couple of days after that, 2 officials came from Helen McEntee's department and turned around and said that at the meeting there was nothing guaranteed by Micheál Martin. So she really put us down that night. We were really depressed, really demoralised. So I took the initiative and I rang Michael Cahill, TD. And I said it to Michael, what the officials had said. Well, in fairness to Michael now, he got on to Micheál Martin, and Micheál Martin said that whatever was agreed at that meeting stands. So the next thing we knew, that Michael Carroll told us that his chief of staff was ringing us. And she confirmed everything that Micheál Martin had said. So the officials actually came down and lied to us on behalf of Helen McEntee. Now, I think that is absolutely shocking to do that. Now, we continued our hunger strike. We weren't going to relent from it. Far from it, it made us more resolved to do what we were doing. Then, last night, I got a phone call, as I said, from the Taoiseach, and he said that he wanted to finish this tonight. So, unfortunately, as I said previously, I was in Cork, and I couldn't make it back up for the meeting, but I had every confidence in Mary Dunleavy-Green, Mary Donovan, Mary O'Mones. Very, very much confidence in them. So I knew that they would do the right thing. And by God, they did. It was pulled out of the fire by the four of us. And we got there in the end. Now, lads, another reason I'm doing this video is because I want to say how disappointed I am in Norman Moriarty, Kerry County Councillor, that represents Waterville, Carstaveen, Cardaniel area, that never reached out to any of us. I am very disappointed with the Tralee County Councillors that never reached out and gave their support. The only ones actually that gave their support was Tommy Cahill, Michael Cahill's son. He was up to us twice with his father. Now, in fairness, Jackie Healy-Ray as well, a county councillor, he was with his father, but I think he was on a different mission because he was working for his father. So as his PA, I think it is, he does. So, but anyway, besides the fact whether he came as a county councillor or just as his father's assistant, he came. But none of the others in South Kerry or North Kerry councillors reached out to us. That shows how much they cared about the people of South Kerry that went on hunger strike. Norman Moriarty, even I told Norman Moriarty that this was going on before we started the hunger strike. I told her about the statutory fund, and she said to me, "What is the statutory fund?" This shows how much she knew about any of this. And I will say that Aoife Rose O'Brien, above in Wexford, I think it is, she's Sinn Féin councillor, and Tommy, two of them reached out to us. All the Sinn Féin councillors actually reached out to us, except the ones in South Kerry. So I'm absolutely shocked at that. Because we're the ones that elected these people to office. And yet they didn't care to make a phone call, a text message, an email, nothing. They stood silent while we were suffering. And I know that it was our choice to do it. But after 26 years and for 4,000 people behind us, we stood up for the downtrodden in this society. And that, me included in that. We were downtrodden all our lives by the governments, by the church. And we had to take a stand, and we've done it. Regardless, whether we brought the government kicking and screaming to the table to finally close this chapter of Irish history. We call it the Irish Holocaust of what was done with children. What I would also like to do, lads, is thank... There's so many people out there. Yvonne Deneen, Maura, Walsh. You've been absolutely Trojan. Michelle O'Sullivan. The list goes on and on. Tracy Geary, Saoirse O'Toole. Michael Cahill, most importantly, he was there from the start. And He was the first one to bring it up in the Dáil. Now, Michael Healy-Rae has come to us, lads, in the last 4 weeks. And I think that maybe he had a bit of an influence now. You have to give credit where credit is due. Even though he was a late starter, I think because he had a junior minister post that he might have put pressure on the Taoiseach. But I know Michael Cahill did put a lot of pressure on Helen McEntee and the Taoiseach. So I'd like to thank both of them. Danny Healy-Rae, disgusting. Came to us on the 31st day, and I said, Danny, we're 31 days in. Sorry, we're 32 days in, he came. And why haven't you come to us since? And I sure didn't I come the first day, he said. I said, Danny, what about the other 31 days? Why did you not come and support us? And we from South Kerry. But anyway, lads, look, I think that people that have integrity and their word is their bond, like Mary Dunleavy-Green, myself, Mary Donovan and Miriam Marty-Owens, we've proven our worth to the survivors. We gave our word and we carried it through. But at the end of the day, lads, we could have not have done it without your support. But I'm also shocked, lads, at RTE Liveline, any major radio station, Virgin Media, that they wouldn't cover this story, that it wasn't of public interest. Now, my phone hasn't stopped hopping this morning for interviews, and I ignored most of them because I wanted to spend time with my family. But I also wanted to give Facebook here and the people on Facebook the respect to show them that we are okay, that we survived it, that everything that was said in the papers today is true, and that we did. This was David and Goliath story. David and Goliath, lads. David won against Goliath. Now we won against the government. So, as I said, I'm very proud of each and every one of you that have shown support here. Tracy Geary, and the best of all, lads, I must thank our families. Because ye say we're heroes and we're legends. But you know something, the real heroes here are the families that suffered and stood behind us, watching their loved ones wither away to nothing, worried about would they see the next morning. This is what heroes are. Heroes don't have to be in the front, lads, or legends. The heroes are at the back of us, like ye. You're all heroes. You're all legends for standing up for what was right and what was just. This is your win as well as ours. It's the win of the Irish people against the government. It's the win for 4,000 survivors and for all the survivors that have died without justice. All their criminal records will be wiped clean, which they should have never had a criminal record. Ye are the real heroes of this, and so are our families. And the relief on my wife's face, Emma, when I got the news last night that it was over, it just made me so happy to know that Mary's gone home, Mary DG's gone home to her family with relief. Miriam's gone home to hers, and Mary Donovan has gone home to hers. And I'm with mine. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for it. We got more than we asked for. And this will close now a chapter of our history. But never forget that people, this has to be put back into the history books of what was done in industrial schools, not sanitized like the government want it done. And this really, if you want, I'd love to meet up at some stage with a few of you, up in Tralee if I have to, I don't mind. Sit down, have a cup of tea, and, you know, thank you personally. But I won't be able to meet each and every one of you. But I would like Maura and Yvonne and maybe Miriam and myself, Mary Donovan, Mary DG, if we could get halfway between there and there. Tracy Geary, Saoirse, and a lot of Michelle and a lot of other people that supported us during this campaign. Now, lads, I don't think there's a lot more I can say. Except, I suppose, look, the only thing is that in the next general election, I think I might run for TD. I don't know, would I be any good at it, but I'd be better than the shower of cunts that are in there at the moment that block this, especially Helen McEntee with her swan for a dessert and people starving outside and a big smile on her face. As somebody said, she was a disaster at justice, and she was definitely a disaster at this. But always remember, lads, in the next general election, remember who supported the 4Ms on hunger strike. Always remember who supported them. And do your vote that way. And if I decided to go, I know the people that I want campaigning for me. The people on here that actually went out there on the streets looking for signatures. And always remember, lads, we have over 18,000 signatures from people all over Ireland. And I just think that you're amazing, lads. And I'm going to leave it there anyway. So, as I said, lads, thanks very much. Thanks from our families. And again, I can't say this enough. I was with the most powerful women in Ireland. Powerful is the only word that I can use for them 3 women that I was with. And I couldn't have asked for any better to do this campaign with. So, lads, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to spend time with my family. And God bless you all. And everybody take care. Thanks for your support. And hopefully we will meet up someday, even on the street. All right, lads, don't forget, next general election, stop saving for me, because I think it costs money to run in these fucking things. So I can't do a worse job than has been already done. All right, lads, please share this video to everybody all over the place. And again, God bless you all, and have a great afternoon, because I'm going to have a great afternoon with my family. Sad they're in school, but school has to be done. Okay, lads, God bless you all. Please keep sharing this video, and we'll talk to you in a few days. All right, lads, God bless.